Hey guys, so we're doing a little review of the Dromida Ominus upgrade motors that I put in. I already put a how-to video up, and this is just going to be me talking about them and how they perform and how they affect it, and then some flight footage. The motors are the CL08201711T Dark Edition motors from Micro Motor Warehouse. They were $33 with $4 shipping. And they were originally geared plug-in fly for the Latrax Alias. So they came with these plugs on here, which I had to cut them off because they're not the same plugs as the Ominus. And here are the Ominus motors. You can see the plugs, but they are a different size. The Ominus ones are smaller. So I had to cut the plugs off and directly solder the new motors onto the board. And the wires were a little bit short, so I had to route them differently through the arms, and I just barely got them to fit. But on the back, they fit fine. But on the front, they weren't going to fit at all. So I had to drill I didn't drill it. I just used a little saw and cut a slit through the arm. I had to start all the way back here and cut through. And then I cut a slit up the motor mounts, as you can see there. I cut up so the wires could come out, because they weren't going to fit and they'd just get pinched off. And speaking of getting pinched off, these motors, the wires are fairly fragile. Like when I was doing this mod and the wires going through here, if you pinch them, just be really careful if you're going to do this, because pinching them, I have a couple of my wires are cut in 3 different places and I had to keep soldering them back together, and just be really careful. And these motors make it a little bit less stable, but it's still pretty stable. It gives a lot more power. You can do flips indoors now. The pinions on the motors are plastic. As you can see there, let's find which one. My back right, I had a little crash inside. Nothing hard, but the gears, half of the pinion stripped out. But because it's pinion spinning and not the gear that was stripped, it still flies fine. But you can get replacement pinions, 10 for $1 at Micro Motor Warehouse. I'll include a link below to both the motors and the pinions, but the shipping is $4, so it's really $5 for 10 pinions. With the original motors indoors, I was getting about 12 minutes of flight, and with these motors, I'm getting about 8 minutes of flight. And because they are quite a bit faster and get a lot more power, they do use more battery power. I forgot to say, but they are 8.5 by 20 millimeters motors, and they are the Speed Insane on the website. Now, outside, I haven't really been able to test this fully, the flight time, because it's really cold, about 10 degrees right now, because it's winter. So I've been getting about 4-minute flights outside with the stock battery, but I have ordered a new battery because I've seen others do it. The Nanotech 950 milliamp hour. And that works in here, so I'll give it even longer flight time. That's 250 milliamp hours more, so that should extend the flight time outside to probably 8 minutes, because 5 minutes in the cold would probably be like 6 minutes without the cold, or 7 minutes without the cold. Not really sure because I can't time it. Let's see. When you have it on 100%, the manual stunts, you can do them a lot faster, no more wobbling after flips, because it holds nice and steady now that the motors have enough power to hold it there, and makes you're able to go a lot faster and fly way more aggressively. And since I like to go fast, it's a nice upgrade for me. So yeah, that's about all I have to say about these. They're quite a bit of work to get them in. Like I said, having to cut through there for the wires, but I was able to do it. So now I'll do an indoor flight to show you the stability of them with the new motors, and then I'll take it outside and really throw it around. So let's go check it out. Okay, here we are with the indoor flight of the Dromida Ominus with the new Dark Edition upgraded motors in. And I have the rates turned down to 50% right now, and I'll show you just how stable it is indoors. Let's put it in the middle. And you'll notice, well, at least I think I noticed, that it has quite a different sound, these motors, than the other ones. If you hear a rattling, that's because of that one stripped gear. You see, it's still pretty stable. There's full yaw rate, same as before. It still looks good and flies good. Station of the pitch, that's 50%. Just recovers a lot easier with the new motors. And now since you have more power, you can do a full 100% rate funnel. This is only 50%, but you can see it's very nice. Look under it real quick. Oh, low battery. This battery, I thought was fully charged. It says it was, but that's one of the problems I've been having with these motors. It's really weird. Like, they drain them. Sometimes I get 8-minute flights like that, and then sometimes I get 8-minute flights, and sometimes I get like 2-minute flights like that. I didn't even get to try and show you flip indoors, but, well, let's take you to the outdoor flight footage, and so let's go check that out. Okay, here we are for the outdoor test of the Dark Edition motors from Micro Motor Warehouse. And now outside I was getting about 2 to 4 minutes of flight, even just hovering. So I think because these motors draw more power, they draw a lot more power, and because it was so cold, the battery was just shutting itself off because it wasn't letting it fully drain. Because even then, after that flight was over, I'd go and charge it, and it'd only take like 15 to 25 minutes instead of 45 minutes for the light to start blinking and get a full charge, and then I'd still get 8 minutes indoors. So I don't think it lets it fully drain outside in the cold with these motors, but let's do a flight here. I will set the rates. I'll set them to 75%. Not all the way up, but pretty close. Okay, let's start off. It does make it sound a little bit different than the original motors, but that little clicking you hear is because that one pinion is stripped halfway. It's still flying really nice and stable. I'm giving some input. Yaw is still the same. Let's start right out with an automated flip. Oh, you can see I got low battery already. Well, it says low battery, but I can still fly for like 3 minutes after this. Another automated flip. Fly around. You can see there was still some wobble, but there was a lot less than before. You can see I'm barely even giving stick input, and this thing is flying. It's going really fast. And I'm barely even doing anything. Try to get this in before the battery fully cuts out. There's kind of a dropping point on the throttle. Like once you reach like a certain point, it will not. Oh, lost it. I let go. I went all the way bottomed out in the throttle, and it completely cut out. I don't know. It must be because of these. Either my battery is worn out, or just because these draw more power, and it's a lot colder out. But as you can see, that was, get the snow off. That was a really short flight, but they do increase the performance a lot. It's just the battery life is really diminished. I mean, you're gonna get more than that. Like inside, I get like 6 to 8 minutes inside. But I'm getting a new battery for this. Like I said, the Hobby King. I'm getting it from Hobby King. It's the Turnigy Nanotech 950 milliamp hour battery. But that's taken quite a while to get here. They haven't even shipped it yet. But I didn't get to show you any of the manual flips, but they're pretty much just saying it just recovers quicker. So yeah, and personally, I don't really think these are worth $37 because they're shortened battery life, and it's not that huge of an upgrade, but if you have money and you really, really want to upgrade this, you can go for it, but personally, I wouldn't recommend it. So that's all for this video. Please give a like down below and share any of your comments in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. See ya.